Right, so in this question, we're going to be having a look at completing the square. So completing the square is another way in which we can solve quadratic equation, and we can also write it in a different form here. So they said, express x squared plus 8x plus 6 in this form. So whenever you see this form x plus a all squared plus b, this is an indicator that we need to use completing the square. So let's go through how to do this. So if I just write down our equation, x squared plus 8x plus 6. Okay, so my first step is to think about this bracket here. So as you can see, there is only one bracket involved. So let's draw this bracket in. And there's a squared. We can see that there's an x already. So now we need to determine how to find a. So a is always found by halving whatever number is here. So in this case, it will be plus 4. Notice that the x is not included in this part. So what I want you to do now is I want you to forget almost that this 6 is there, and I want you to focus on this x plus 4 squared. And you want that to be exactly the same as x squared plus 8x. So if I was to write this bracket out, x plus 4, because this is exactly the same because it's x plus 4 squared, and I expand this bracket then, we're going to get x squared plus 8x plus 16. So if you notice here, we wanted this part here to represent my x squared plus 8x, but it actually represents x squared plus 8x plus 16. So I need to get rid of this plus 16. Now, to get rid of a plus 16, hopefully you know we're going to have to take away a plus 16. So on this top equation here, we're going to put minus 16. So now, this part here, the x plus 4 squared minus 16, is representative of this x squared plus 8x. And now we can add on the plus 6 at the end. Which means that this equation here is exactly the same as this equation here, but we just need to simplify it. So we're going to get x plus 4 all squared. Okay, we've got minus 16 plus 6 gives me minus 10. So it's important to note here that you need to explicitly specify what your values of a and b are. So here a will equal to 4 and b will equal to minus 10. Include those signs in front of it. Brilliant, so I hope that makes sense. I'll put one more example of completing the square on just so you can have a little look through it. Well done.